Alright, what's up Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be playing a deck where I'm playing cards I've never played before, at least to my knowledge, on Arena. And today those cards are going to be a Siphon Insight, and we're also going to be playing Katose, because the theme of today's deck is stealing all of your opponent's stuff. Or at least as much as we can. So let's go take a look at the deck list and see all the stuff we're going to be playing today to make that plan work. As always, I want to give thanks to those of you that have become members here or have joined the Discord or anything else in other ways to support me. Somebody actually bought some merchandise today. I got a shirt. That's nice. I appreciate that as well. And if you want to help me out, check out one of my sponsors, ultrapro.com/PowrDragn, because if you use promo code PowrDragn at checkout, they'll save you 5% on your purchase and they'll support me here on the channel. Okay, so here's the drill. We're trying to survive to the late game because we're going to need to have time to take their stuff, play our big finishers is what we're doing here. So we're going to go with 2 cut down, 3 make disappear. You'll kind of know what these cards are, so I'm not going to spend too much time on those. 2 go for the throat, 2 infernal grasp. And I always split these up because they're becoming more and more like flesh gorgers and things like that are artifacts that we just can't kill with go for the throat. So we like having variety. 3 underdogs. 4 Siphon Insight. Now this card lets you look at the top 2 cards of your opponent's library. You get to choose one of them, and then you set it aside in exile and you can play it in the future. It also has flashback, which is really nice, and it gives you the ability to play any card, which is super nice. The downside is if your opponent just doesn't have anything worthwhile, well, what are you going to do? Right? So your choices are kind of dependent on the quality of the deck your opponent has, or even if the cards they have work against their own strategy, because otherwise it's kind of pointless. But we're still going to give it a go and see what happens. Playing a couple of Dissipate, a couple of Gix, Yawgmoth Praetor, 1 Path of Peril, 2 Shieldred, because, yeah, why not? 2 Sorin, the Mirthless. And honestly, one of the big deals about Sorin that's good here is being able to produce something with lifelink, because that can buy us more time to get where we want to go. But also, digging deeper in the deck isn't bad. We're also playing 1 Invoke the Winds, because this just outright takes an artifact or a creature, which is super awesome. So we're excited about that. Playing 2 Teferi, Temporal Pilgrim, just as a way to kind of try to get some inevitability late in the game. Playing 2 Grixis Command, 1 Katose. Now Katose is pretty weird. It's a 4/4 for 5 mana. You get to take a card from the opponent's graveyard. You take all the copies out of their hand and out of their library. And then you get your chance to play one. Now, even though you exile all copies, you only get to play one of them. But it is another card you didn't have access to that you got from the opponent, which is kind of nice. And it is a 4/4 body. So it's not really anything to turn your nose up at. So we're going to try that out. And then, of course, we're playing 4 Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Then we're going to play 4 Island, 9 Swamp, 4 Shipwreck Marsh, 4 Underground River, and 4 Rafine's Tower. So, yeah, it looks like kind of a Dimir Control, but we're playing with a steal opponent stuff aspect to it. We'll see if it works. We're definitely going to have some changes at the end of the games, no doubt. So be sure to check up with me at the end of the video, because we'll be talking about what we liked, what we didn't like, what beats this deck, what doesn't, and what cards we want to change. So y'all go have some fun, and I'll catch you on the other side. All right, we'll keep it. This is a very questionable hand, though. Is this another mono black deck? All right, sure. All right. Sure, you got it. Do 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 do. Pass. I mean, they know what we got. We know what they got. So we're doing this whole song and dance. All right. And we'll pass. Mostly so if they have another Shieldred, we can like siphon mine and see if we can get a removal from them. We'll take an Invoke Despair, and that'll solve the problem just the same. Resolve that. Alright, that works for now. Probably going to hit us back with the Invoke Despair. No, they do not have it. Do I just want to run this duder out? I don't think I want to. I want to cycle this and play this. So let's just end the turn. So I figure there's an Invoke Despair coming anyway at some point. Painful Quandary. That's a thing. But we do have cards to discard, so let's get our stuff in now. And we'll go ahead and just cycle this. Alright. Those are things. We'll play this. Yep, I'll discard that. Get rid of a Shieldred. We'll go ahead and play this dude. Get rid of yet another swamp. And pass. Now, if there's another Painful Quandary, that's going to be rough. Okay, Invoke Despair. Sure. We'll sack this dude. Why not? Now, an amusing thing here is we do get the option to... we'll get rid of this. To add cards to our hand. So this isn't like the worst thing, actually. We'll give that up. Then we'll attack. We'll get that to gain a life. And then we will spin 2. So now we have fuel. Alright, not bad, not bad. Opponent's at 8, so they do have to do something about our creatures here. They do have a fistful of cards, though. Let's be honest. They've got options. The problem here, though, is unless we want to lose life, we can't actually use Gix the way we would like to, which is kind of funny. This is not bad. Actually, this is kind of weird. Because if we do this, then the opponent would lose 7 dealing with our creature. But, I mean, this is tough. I think we just go for the 7. I'm kind of like thinking conservatively, though. If like I just want to play this, discard something like Path of Peril, attack with it, leave up, make disappear. But I don't even think I want to do that. I think I'm just going to do this. And just say, hell with it. You get us, you get us. No attacks. And if they take 7, then we just have to find a removal. Actually, I don't even think we have to do that. 1, 2... Well, we'd have to find a white land, so yeah, that wouldn't work. I cycled away our white mana. So this is going to be a pretty interesting finish here. Opponent started out strong, stripping our hand and then sticking a Painful Quandary, which is a thing. Okay, Go for the Throat doesn't do anything to a Flesh Gorger, so that's awesome. Ooh, Siphon Insights. I guess we're going to be discarding a Path of Peril here. Problem is if we don't connect with the Flesh Gorger, can we even win next turn? Yeah, I think we still got to try it, right? Resolve that. We'll get rid of the Path of Peril like we were saying. Go to attack. Alright, so we do get the 7 life. So that's good. That gives us a huge runway of clearance. So that's a big deal. Oh, and the Infernal Grasp. Alright. This is solid. This is solid. As long as they don't play a land, we would still be able to defend against an Invoke Despair. With the Make Disappear. We can also kill their creature. We'd have to take 5, but worth it. Then I don't think we do anything here. We just let them attack. Because if they target it, they're going to take 7, so fine. Oh, Corrupt. So this is funny. Well, fortunately, we have this. And we can discard this. Alright, and then we get to attack. Good times. Good times. Alright, I guess we'll keep it. Double Flesh Gorger, we got a tap land into Infernal Grasp, so this at least gives us some options for a few turns. Not a world beater hand by any stretch, but not terrible. Alright. That's not a bad one. Okay. So it's just going to be like that, huh? Fair enough. Then I guess we just start going in on it. We got nothing else to do. At least I'll take 3 exiling it. Like, that's a thing, I guess. I mean, if they don't have that, that's cool, I guess. I can't imagine they have no exile enchantments. But who knows? Stranger things have happened. Alright, another naturalist. With no lands. Ooh, alright. Well, we're going to kill that. Especially if they have no lands. You got to keep them low. And I think here the plan is get the other Flesh Gorger out, then play Shieldred after they've expended some of their exiling enchantments. And then just try to hold the Grixis command as long as we can for something awesome. Wow, a 3rd Flesh Gorger. Alright. They're going to Besage it. Actually, we don't mind a Besage. That's cool. I'm down. Interesting that they were willing to risk a Besage when they needed mana. That's a little peculiar, honestly. Like, they missed a land drop, but then... I mean, I don't know. Maybe that was our whole plan the whole time, though, is to get rid of the Flesh Gorger. Though now, next turn, if we draw a land, I might consider just playing the Shieldred and try to wait on land 7 for the Flesh Gorger and just go big. That's not bad for us. Alright. We could put counters on something, but I don't think that's what we want to do here. We're going to go ahead and... Well, since we didn't get it, I'm going to go ahead and go with this. If we would have got a land, I would have went a different direction. And I don't even think it's worth wasting the Grixis command because we know they're going to get a creature from the Machiko's Reign of Truth when it flips. So we might wait and just kill that. Because we can kill something and put counters on a Flesh Gorger. Or we could just make the opponent get rid of that. That's kind of good too. Wow, what do we do here actually? So if we deal 6, opponent's at 6, right? So we can just cost them a creature, put 2 counters on up to 1 creature. I think we just do that. I'm kind of into it, honestly. Or do we get rid of it and just get another Flesh Gorger back? That's almost as good, too. But I think we're just going to push to end the clock here. Let's just go +2 on the counters, and opponent sacrifices creature with the highest power. Doop-de-doop. Alright, this will put the opponent at 4. Most of their removal is going to have to target, so, yeah. Alright. Alright, so this hand's kind of some good, some bad, right? Like, we get to go first. We get a cut down that might get to do something. After that, unfortunately, we only have stuff that costs 4 and 5. So this isn't really... that might help out a little bit. Not what I actually would call a good hand, as much as it is just a playable hand, and I say that even questionably. Virus Beetle. You know what? If we get rid of anything, it's probably going to be Teferi here. Which is pretty gross. But yeah, I think that's what we do. Now, I'll draw another blue right off the top here, right? Okay. It didn't completely punish me. Because that would have been sad. I'm going to assume Gix is not going to live long unless they play something that's going to make us discard a card here and stick with their discard plan. Which, if they do, is a bit of a problem because we only have Sorin, and that's not great.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it.
I mean, you make a sacrifice Gix, right? I was going to say, anything else doesn't make sense there.
Haven't you ever
That was
heard
definitely
of
the right
personal
call.
Space?
Alright. We do get to stick Sorin. And as long as they don't make us discard Gix's command, we could play that and get one thing back, because it's creatures only. But we could get rid of theirs. Or I guess we could make our token bigger. I don't know, there's other options. Yep, we'll discard a card. Probably going to be a cut down. Because whatever they play, I don't know, who knows. Maybe they have another discard spell. If they do, it's going to be sad times. Though they might want to actually get rid of our token to keep Liliana alive. But who knows? There's been weird decks. Maybe they just play like Wandering Emperor and they're going to get rid of our token. I have no idea. Okay. So they didn't want to kill a thing. It's weird. That sort of feels like a Wandering Emperor might be there. I was kind of half joking, but maybe they do. Alright. This is a thing. Yeah, we'll reveal that and put it in our hand. It's good times. Good times. And then I guess we Gix's command and we will, man, I don't even know, destroy what they have and we'll just get a creature back, I guess. Alright. I don't know why I feel like I am walking into Wandering Emperor because the opponent played absolutely nothing here, which is gross, but Stranger Things. See, I told you. This makes no sense as a deck, but I just knew it was going to be there. I don't know how I knew, but I knew. And now the reality is, I don't even know if I want to get a thing back because we're probably just going to have to discard it, but I guess I got to do it anyway. So we'll destroy their creatures, and we'll return. I mean, there's nothing else to return but one, but, you know, we'll get what's there. Alright. We did what we could. Yeah, I don't know what the opponent's deck is. I thought it was a discard deck. There's a Wandering Emperor for some inexplicable reason. Not that it's a bad card, though. Don't get me wrong. Like, Wandering Emperor is like Shieldred and some other cards where, like, they're just going to go in a lot of decks. Even if they just bother you that they exist, the reality is they're damn good cards. So people are going to play them. Alright, Spirited Companion's big. We're each going to discard. I have a swamp to discard because I've drawn a lot of land this game. Is this one of those games where 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, we literally have only drawn land this game because all of these were in our opener. Because we had 3 land and 4 spells. Wow. That's not a great thing. So if they have 2... They're going to make us sacrifice a thing. So they might actually... do we +1 here? We can't. If we want to even try to keep this, we have to make a token. I mean, we're putting our whole board at risk with the opponent having 2 cards in hand, but, like, what can we do? It's at least not instant speed removal. We know that much. So, actually, Sorin's going to die anyway, because we can't afford to block, because then Liliana just wrecks our board, too, so that's no good. Yeah, Sorin, it was nice knowing you, friend. I don't think we get to block, buddy. I think it's just your time. You got us a card and 2 tokens. I can't ask for too much more for 4 mana. Well, that settles that. We don't get nothing. Because there goes Gix. Either one. Yeah, all the same thing. We lose our board either way. This was all expected.
Off you
All right.
go.
Sure. Why not just save the adversary and pump your team later, friend? Yeah, I feel like we just drew so badly here. We've only drawn lands, and we really should be doing more in this game, and we're just not. It's very sad. Alright, sadly, I'm just mulligan this, see if we find, or cycle this and see if we find something. Wow. Really? Alright, opponent goes first. Let's rock and roll. Oh, I kind of wish we were going first now. Having that make disappear on 2 would have been nice. Opponent's probably just planning to remove something, so we'll wait and give them some difficult choices later. Evolve Sleeper, you got it. Sure, because I want them to at least start expending removal here. Then at least next turn we can Tenacious Underdog followed by a Make Disappear. Not sure if it matters. And then we'll be in a Shieldred contest, I imagine. And here comes Shieldred. Nope, it's a Sorin. Well, that's kind of nice. This Path of Peril will do a little bit of work for us, huh? That ain't gonna be bad.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
Oh, that's also good. I'm kind of wondering if I want to just Underdog. Now, admittedly, if I do cast Path of Peril, it would kill our Underdog. However, next turn we would be able to use Grixis command as well. And that's kind of okay. So I think I'm just going to attack here. Into Sorin. Gain some life. Play this. And then we're going to pass. And that leaves us a bunch of options for next turn, depending on what happens here. And that's not so bad.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
I mean, if it's Invoke Despair, then like, yeah, you can cut down that guy. That's fine. We ain't worry about that. Though, I wouldn't mind some spot removal of my own. Do I even waste that? There's a Grixis. We have... sure. Meh. Yeah. Alright, whatever. Because I think I'm just going to use Path of Peril here. Honestly. And just save the Grixis command for later. In case they have another Shieldred or something. Though we may be about to lose this. For real, for real.
Wallow in darkness.
But like, what if we just attempt it? And then if it dies, we can use that as part of our Grixis command to get it back. I mean, like, that could be a thing. Because we can still make the opponent sack their largest creature and then return something. So that's fine. I actually returned 2 things. But we only have... Well, we do have something in the yard, I guess, technically. By the way, I'm not doing much stealing of things right now, which is a little disappointing. Because I would like to steal something like an Invoke... or command. Or Invoke Despair. That would be great. Liliana, sure.
When I win, you're telling me what you know about the ring.
Yep, you make me sack a thing. Sounds good.
Sacrifices must be made.
Alright, let's get after Liliana real quick. Just because I don't want to give up any of these other cards.
This isn't how things were supposed to go.
Come on. I was thinking like if we can get a Make Disappear, that would have been sweet. Yeah, now we just get Invoke Despaired into Oblivion. Maybe not. Are they just holding removal cards? Oh, it's a Shielded. Alright, that's fine. That works. Oh, now we have other cards to use. Maybe we don't do that. Man, we keep picking up interesting answers. I mean, if we kill that, they could pump it. So that wouldn't really... We wouldn't get to do both things here. So what if we go Flesh Gorger, see what the opponent does, Unfortunately, we don't have another blue for this Dissipate. Yeah, I think we just pass. Alright. I'm not worried about them gaining too much life here, because like it's still a long way to go in the game. And they were already at 20 plus, so yeah, is what it is. Alright. Cool. We're gonna kill this. And question is, do we even block here? I think now that we know we have the Path of Peril, probably not. We just let it ride. And just say, you do what you're gonna do, opponent. Actually, this is tough. I don't even know if I Path of Peril or if I Grixis Command. Alright. Let's see what we find off the top of their deck first. I mean, sure. Like, why not? Alright, we can at least cast this. This gets rid of all creatures, mana value 2 or less. We get to attack. Then we'll play their little duder. And it's our turn. I would like another blue mana untapped deck at some point. Well, there it is. So we're a little too late now. Gosh dang it. I was really hoping. Oh, there it is. A little bit late. Beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Don't want to use this because I want to leave up the Dissipate. Thinking here. We lose 2, we gain 3. So we go to 10, go down to 8. They could play that, we go to 5. But we'd be exchanging 6, so opponent goes to 11, and then we get them in 2 turns. Or we could do this, return, Shieldred. Probably not great. Alright, I'm gonna gamble. If they get us, they get us. I feel like it's a safe risk. Alright, there's another island, which is good for next turn. We could also siphon just into something directly that's good for them, too. Also, if they try to reuse the underdog, we could Dissipate, which exiles it as well. So there's a few things in play here. Graveyard Trespasser. Alright, you get it. That's not worth fighting over. You get our tenacious underdog. Oh. Not getting our underdog. Okay. Well, that's a thing. Flesh Gorger. We would rather not deal with that. That's a bigger problem. Okay, well, we're finding all of the islands now. And we don't have any other use for blue, so let's just see what the opponent's got right now. Oh, how now, brown cow? And we have mana for that. Okay. Well, we're going to go to 9, so they won't have anything that kills us here. Ooh, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So we could actually play this and put counters on it. And that would be ball game. So that's interesting. Opponent's going for it here. Okay, that keeps them alive. They can exile my other underdogs. That takes that playing out of play. So that's cool. Though they're going to die. Oh, no, they won't. They'll be at 4. Well, I guess not, because we have Grixis Command, so I guess it doesn't matter. Alright. We go to 2, and they're not going to have anything to kill us with 1 mana, so we're all set. Let's go ahead and just play this. We will Grixis Command, we'll make them sacrifice creature, we'll just put 2 counters on our dude. And then this will get in there for 5. Alright. That works. Alright, we're going first. We're going to keep this. This is pretty solid, actually. Got to make sure we put the Underground River in play on 2 instead of the other one, because that sucks when you just hit the wrong card because you're not paying attention. We're going to go end the turn. This might just be a mono blue deck. It looks like it is. Yep. Consider. Makes sense. So this is going to be a little bit of a slog here. Alright, let's go opponents in step. Sit well, whoop, whoop. Are we going to them? We are going to their in step. Alright, cool. Would you like to counter this? Nope, they have a terror. Actually, you know, we might be able to cast a terror. As weird as that is. But I also kind of want to consider to try to find a land. Let's see. Look at the top 2 cards. Exile one of them face down, put the other on the bottom of that library. So I'm just going to take the consider. We drew a land anyway. It ended up not mattering too much. But it could have. In the turn. Alright, so they don't have any impulses or anything, so that's good to know. Alright. Hopefully I find something cheap to cast here. Ooh, another Make Disappear. I guess we keep it. Dang it. Alright. Pass the turn. They're probably going to try to get 3. Yep. We will counter that, though. Keep their cards to a minimum if we can. And we'll counter the terror. We are going to try to get down a Shieldred. Actually, no. I'm going to do this. Mostly because I'm assuming they have a
For the sake of all innocence,
Fading Hope.
my will must
Yeah, I assume
bring
so.
my own.
That was the idea, but I was like, if they had it, we had to make... they left it on top. That means there's a Haughty Jin in our face. That sucks. Nope, just another terror. Okay, that's still a problem. Not the end of the world, though, I guess. How do we feel about this? I think we just go here. And just say, hey, if you got another, you got another.
You fight for me now.
In the turn? Alright, I can live with that. Our plan is going to be to try and do stuff during their end step here anyway. They're down to 2 cards. Don't know how relevant that is, but let's see. I mean, they can make us pay 2 more we don't have, but that's fine. Oh, well, that's exciting. They're going to Fading Hope it back to their hand? They are. Okay, cool. So, shields are down-ish. Alright. I mean, if you got the last Fading Hope, then I guess. Like, I mean, like, what are we going to do? Impulse, sure. I mean, this thing's going to be free, or whatever. 1 mana, right? Alright, opponent goes to 18. Haughty Jin. Yep, you got it. Yep, you got it. Now, this is interesting because we could get their creatures. Question is, if we attack, what would the opponent block with? Maybe they don't even block. Thinking they might be able to kill us next turn or turn out. Okay, they are going to block with that. Okay. Well, we know they can counter us because they still have a Jin, right? So, we go here. Oh, they don't have it. Gosh, dang it. We could have done it. Oh, they don't have anything. Damn. Ah, brutal. Bad beat. I just played that wrong. We had clearance and didn't even know it. Alright. I'm going to assume we're dead. Right? Like, there's no way we win that. GG's. Alright, we're keeping. Do. I don't know what these later turns are going to look like. Alright, I mean, I guess. Yeah, there wasn't a cut down, so that's cool, I guess. I mean, I didn't have anything better I was really going to do without them having creatures or just randomly wanting to steal a thing, so. Alright, Liliana, you got it.
Something suspicious is going on. And for once, it's not my fault.
Do. Yep. Dead dude.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
And we pass. Because we're doing nothing productive with that. Is this Shieldred time? I mean, we discard it probably. That's interesting. Okay. I was going to say it probably has to be something like Go for the Throat, but now I'm going to use one of those to kill that. So, I mean, I guess Grixis Command. I'm going to hate myself later for that, though, probably. I mean, though, I don't know. Right now, we don't even have a second blue for Dissipate. And we kind of know what we're going to do with that turn. Alright, I'm going to discard the Dissipate. That makes me sad. Wow, they're getting rid of Invoke Despairs? Jeez. Man. Rich. Getting richer. My goodness. Alright, I guess we're getting Invoke Despaired next turn.
It's no fun when they hit back.
Oh, we got all the land. Wow. Either that or they just don't have a fifth land, because I can't imagine why you wouldn't Invoke Despair here if you're discarding them. Oh, it's tapped, though. That makes a big difference. And yet another Fable. Okay, well, that is what it is. I guess we go ahead. Wow. I guess we take a Go for the Throat. This is the problem I have with the Siphon Insight. Like, at least I'm getting cards from them that still kind of fit our game plan. But when you don't, it's pretty bad. Yeah, not a lot else to do. I mean, I guess I could... I don't know. I'm just going to pass. I was going to say I could kill the token, but like, really? Like, they have the mana now. How much do I care? We're really going to be trying to sneak through a Grixis command anyway. I've only drawn one threat, which was the Underdog. So, no Planeswalkers, no Shieldred, no Gix. So, we're kind of just trying to make it up as we go along here. Is opponent just leaving one land open? Nope, they're leaving two land open. Alright, well, let's try to just kill Shieldred here before they get an extra mana. Alright. And they're probably going to play another Fable. How'd I know? Alright, well, we will go ahead and go with Grixis Command, destroy everything with power 2 or less, and we will return something, I guess. Not that we have much to return, but I guess we get an Underdog, which is fine to have it in play and not have to play it out of the graveyard. Alright. I mean, the good news is we have the opponent down to one card in hand, and we've kind of exhausted a lot of their other resources. Okay. I guess we start by getting rid of this. If the opponent would be so kind. And then we go with this, since they already know we have it. And I'm just going to hold this, actually. And we're going to pass the turn. Alright, our dude's dead. That's fine. We're not going to fight to defend that. Okay, they get a dude, which we can kill and go through this whole song and dance again. They're passing. We're going to try to do this, see if they counter or not. They have something. All right, we'll take an Invoke Despair. I'm down. Let's go Invoke Despair. Because even if that's a make disappear, they're going to have to sack their dude anyway. So that seems good. All right. Excellent. Excellent. And, man, I actually wait because we can just do that for full size. So let's just pass. Biggie size it, if you will. By the way, I heard they just recently got some Wendy's in parts of the UK. That's kind of cool. Saw a dude on TikTok freaking out because us Americans being ridiculous on food. People already told him about the French fries and the Frosty thing. Hey, we get a Corpse Appraiser. I'm down. That's cool. That's even cooler. All right, Corpse Appraiser. We're going to remove your Shieldred. And I will gladly take another one of those. All right. We will try. Is this where you finally get to resolve and make this spear? They do not. All right. We will make one of our tutus.
Quite a tough opponent.
And pass the turn.
Eyes everywhere.
All right. We've got a lot of exiled things in the graveyard. We're going to start making big 7-cost Flesh Gorgers. We got a lot of stuff happening. All right, Infernal Grasp. They go to 14. Don't know what the other card is because they didn't kill our token. I mean, I guess it could be like an Invoke Despair, but they would have played that long ago, right? Oh, that guy, sure. That works for us. I guess I'm going to go ahead and do this. Make them sack a thing. And we don't really have anything worthwhile to return, so we'll just put our counters on our creature, I think. Submit. I'm going to make another body. Yeah, why not? Just try to speed things up here. End the turn. Because now we can also play double underdogs out of the graveyard. And we're at 21, so, you know. Go ahead and fire this off again. See what we get off their library. Nothing good. Path of Peril, pointless. We're going to go ahead and draw another card. Juice those things up.
Another mystery solved.
Play a land. Play an underdog. Play another underdog. And then attack with lots of many things. Alright, cool. We got it. Alright, so I have to say, this isn't necessarily the type of deck I enjoy playing all that much, but the games were at least interesting. And there's something to be said for that. Like, even though it may not necessarily be my thing, I do sometimes feature these types of decks because there's stuff for everybody, right? Not everything has to be made just for me. And this is kind of part of the gig that I got going on. Sometimes I got to showcase stuff so y'all see variety. And it was fun to play with cards I never played with. Literally, I haven't put these cards in any arena deck, and I've played, I don't know, at this point, thousands. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I think it's actually okay. The thing, though, is as much as Invoke the Winds is pretty cool, I think it's the wrong card. It's got to go. And honestly, we probably need to cut one to Teferi because we had too many high-cost things. And Teferi is very much a cleanup card, so there's no point in having, at least in this build, it's not often going to be our route to victory. So I think we cut that as well, leave one Teferi in, and I think with that we can go to a full set of Tenacious Underdogs. That would be really good because we do need more of those in the early game to force the opponent to use some amount of removal, so when our other creatures show up, they're not really able to do anything about it, or even just to give us some extra attackers early and just force the issue, so we just have some cards playing cleanup. And then I would add another Path of Peril. There was a couple of times where I think we needed an extra one and just weren't able to draw it, and as much as the Grixis command is nice, it's not always enough on its own. So I think if we do that, that cleans up the deck pretty well, gets us another creature in there, and gives us another good card to buy us the time that we want. And then the deck actually feels a lot better. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Blatant Thievery. This card, it's just a menace, effectively, right? Like it's a crazy cost. It's super expensive, but realistically, this card is super powerful on Commander. It helps you come from behind. It can help you stabilize some things. It can help you break up combos from opponents. And it's one of the few cards that lets you just take a permanent from anybody, right? And not just from anybody, you can take a permanent from each body, which is super awesome. So you can play one card, swipe 3 things, and be right in control. Whether you want to take their best creature, their enchantment, or even a land that has a cool ability. Like, I don't know, maybe a Maze of Ith to keep creatures off of you. But this card's really, really cool, and even though it's been reprinted a couple times, you can often find these around $5 or $6. So if you want to add one of these to your deck, they're not too expensive to go and add to your arsenal. And if you enjoyed today's deck list looking for something different in an old archetype, check out this other deck we just put up because it's actually a really good take on Orzhov tokens. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.